Step back. Hands where I can see them.
I'm not resisting. You're blocking a federal entrance.
The command cut sharply through the early morning air outside a federal office building. Stop right there. Show me your ID now. Red and blue lights flashed across the marble steps and glass doors, painting the entrance in harsh, alternating colors. Footsteps echoed from nearby sidewalks, and a distant siren hummed low in the background. The man halted mid-step. He was tall and broad-shouldered, wearing a tailored suit that reflected authority and discipline. His posture was straight, calm, deliberate. Polished shoes rested firmly on the stone entryway. "Officer, I am entering my workplace," he said evenly. "You are blocking a federal entrance. I am requesting the legal basis for this stop." The officer's jaw tightened. His hands hovered near his belt, signaling readiness. "You don't move unless I say. Step back. Hands where I can see them." "I am not resisting," the man replied calmly. "I am asserting my rights." Across the street, a security camera rotated slowly. A passerby raised a phone, its screen glowing. Another paused near a storefront, watching. Tension coiled in the air. Calm professionalism was being interpreted as defiance. "You are not in charge here," the officer snapped. "Comply or face detention." The man met his gaze without aggression. Every word, every movement, every second was being cataloged. No one present yet knew that the man being blocked from entering his own workplace was a director of federal law enforcement. All they saw was a black man standing his ground. His name was Daniel Carter. 50 years old, born in a small town in Alabama, and raised by a single mother who worked nights in a textile factory. His father left before memories could form. Life was strict, difficult, and unforgiving. Education became his lifeline. Carter studied relentlessly, earned scholarships, attended law school, and rose through the ranks of federal law enforcement. He led investigations into organized crime, corruption, and civil rights violations. Over decades, he learned how authority could protect or oppress. Eventually, he became the director of a major federal agency overseeing hundreds of officers nationwide. Standing in front of him was Officer Thomas Blake, 36, raised in a rigid military household where authority was absolute. 9 years on the force, Blake was known for aggressive stops and escalating encounters. Complaints followed him but were repeatedly dismissed. To him, control meant order. Questioning authority meant chaos. Blake stepped closer. "Show me your ID." "I have already identified myself," Carter said evenly. "Explain the lawful reason for the stop." Backup arrived. Another officer positioned himself slightly to the side. Neighbors began watching from windows and sidewalks. Phones continued recording. Blake mistook calm confidence for defiance. "Step back," he ordered louder. Carter did not argue. "I am not resisting. I am requesting lawful justification." A slight forward movement from Carter, no more than a step, was interpreted as resistance. Blake's hand rested on his utility belt. The situation teetered on the edge of physical escalation. Then, deliberately, Carter produced his federal credentials. The badge caught the morning sunlight. The officer's expression shifted instantly. Lieutenant Margaret Hayes arrived moments later. 27 years on the force, known for her calm authority. One look was enough. "Director Carter," she said. The officers stiffened. Color drained from their faces. "Return all personal property immediately." Hayes ordered. "Notify your supervisor." Full statements, now. Carter remained composed. "Authority without justification will be examined," he said quietly. He walked past them and entered the building, each step measured and deliberate. Within hours, neighbor-recorded footage spread online. Media outlets replayed the confrontation repeatedly. Legal analysts cited Fourth Amendment violations, obstruction, improper escalation, and failure to verify identity. A formal complaint was filed. Internal Affairs launched a full investigation. Officers Blake and Cole were placed on administrative leave. Interviews confirmed bias-driven assumptions and procedural failures. One officer was terminated. The other was suspended. Departments implemented reforms, including mandatory de-escalation training, bias recognition, and stricter identity verification protocols. Daniel Carter sought no personal retribution. His focus was systemic accountability. The ensign became a training reference nationwide, a clear example of constitutional limits and the dangers of unchecked authority. The lesson was unmistakable. Authority must always be grounded in law. Calm assertion of rights is not resistance. Documentation, witnesses, and transparency are essential safeguards. Justice is not only about punishment. It is about protecting rights, preserving integrity, and ensuring that every person, regardless of race or status, can enter their rightful place without fear. And that ordinary morning became a permanent record of what happens when power confronts the law and the law wins.